just going to be hopping in and doing some analysis. It's been a bit of a frustrating morning already, but the key for today will be to not bring that into the markets, right? That's always the key with trading, is to kind of leave your life where your life is, even though it's sort of impossible, right? So, that being said, we're just going to hop through the strategy, right? So, looking at the weekly, what can I see? I can see the most recently we've broken below this swing low, okay? So, because of that, that's what I'm looking for in terms of bearishness. Looking for bearish weekly expansion. But we also do have this swing high right here that we could be targeting and could be trying to take out. So if we do see some bullishness, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. On top of that, on the daily, what do we have? We also have, again, most recently, a break below this swing low here, represented by this swing low here, right? Swing low, we'll choose the data window. So low is 030, this low is 078, and this low is is 10. Yeah. So we break that low here with this green candle right here, right? But same with the weekly here. We've also formed a daily high here, right? So again, as of right now, I'm looking for daily expansion lower. But if we saw a push higher, would not be out of the ordinary. Now, if we saw a push higher on the daily, that means I can't trade, because if the weekly says down and the daily says up in terms of what is the most recent swing that we have broken, then I don't trade. Okay? So if this breaks above this high, ideally it just goes and breaks this high as well, which we know is that weekly high. So then I can just flip my bias, right? But the market doesn't have to move based on what I want it to do. So that being said, now that I understand that the bias currently is down on the weekly. So again, we most recently broke this swing low here. So down on the weekly and then down on the daily, right? I'm going to drop to the 1 minute. And basically from this point, what I'm looking for is I'm looking at where are we able to run out highs, right? Now we've recently run out these highs, but it's 5 in the morning. I don't trade until 7. So at 7 a.m., I want to see us have run out some highs. So hopefully we set up some highs here, possibly right here. Would be a good place for us to set some highs, right? Because we have pushed into what was a fair value gap into this order block in this area inside this fair value gap, right? And so I would not be surprised if we got to push back up, right? But it doesn't have to form that relative equal high. But I'm essentially looking for relative equal highs either here, possibly here, anywhere the market is willing to give it to us, because essentially what I want us to see is what's happening at this point right now, right? You can see we've pushed up higher. We actually have highs right here as well. You can see we've pushed up higher above these highs, and then we have, well, not really the best highs. These highs really, and then also these highs as well, these highs and these highs, right? And so from there, that's basically what I want to see. Basically at 7 a.m. is, I don't want us to be trading down already, because that means I'm likely chasing the market. I'm essentially looking for us to, at 7 a.m., come back and break some more highs, right? So what I mean, like come back and break some more highs, again, just set up some highs, possibly come back here, drop lower, that'd be great. Because what's going to happen if we actually drop lower and start to move lower? If we drop lower and start to move lower, and it's likely that anybody who sold from up here, they're going to trail their stop above here, right? Or possibly you could also just see some people just enter the market from here, as this would be a basic double top. Also from here would be a basic double top, right? And so again, similar thing that I'm looking for here, could also see it here in terms of pushing up and then pushing down. And then again, that would serve the purpose of setting up stop losses in this area. Now, if there's stop losses in this area, there's something for the market to run above, right? And trip people in. because as of right now, I'm thinking weekly and daily expansion is lower. So if weekly and daily expansion is lower, then, for the most part, what we want to see is buyers getting forced into the market so sellers have someone to match orders with, right? So it's, kind of like that simple. And so the market can like price efficiently, right? And so like that's really the basics of around my strategy. Like that's the basic understanding of why I do what I do, right? So if we get that break above a high, I'm essentially going to be looking for something like we're seeing now, but with basically just a bit more price action. So as we see here, so we didn't really set up a swing low as we push it up here, but we set one up here, okay? And we just barely broke this low. So literally by a pipette, but it's my rules. That's what I back tested. So, it's, again, I'm not trading right now, but like this is basically because it's not 7. Like that's the main reason why I'm not trading right now is because it's not 7. And so essentially what I'd be looking for is a breakdown like so, right? And essentially with this breakdown, what we also had was the establishment of this gap, right? And I would look for us to pull back into it like we have, form another low, and break that low, right? So we pull back into it here, form this low here, we break that low, right? But the problem with this low here is it's not lower than this one. So I don't really care about it. So I would be waiting for us to break this low at this point, right? So if we break this low with the gap, if this was 7 a.m., then I could take this trade, right? So that's basically what I'm looking for in terms of my plan for the day. So other than that, I'm about to just stop now, and it's like 5:10, so I'm about to go for a run real quick. Just kind of like clear my mind and everything, because like I said, like, my big focus right now is making sure that I don't bring the frustration from dealing with my internet this morning into the markets. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Hope it provides some value to you.